Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video will be rather serious. This is not the big project I've been working on, but at the end of the video I will include a small teaser for the big project, which I was filming a week ago. Still working on it. But this video is about golden augments, so without further ado, let's just hop into it. Basically, an augment is a small item modification which takes a slot number 5 or number 4, depends on how you count, on most items, or if we are talking about relics, it will be just the only possible modification. It adds a couple stats to your character, but the main thing is that for kept content, the only stat that is relevant is the tertiary stat. So, for example, in this case, as you can see, it is absorb, because endurance and power are kept in most level 70 content. So, the augments you see in the video are purple. So, for example, here, there's an absorb augment. This augment has a rating of 286, and it brings me 144 endurance, 144 power, and 108 tertiary stats. Is it a lot? Yes, it's kind of nice to have, and without it, you probably will not be able to do some NIM stuff. And even for hard mode, purple augments are pretty much a must. So whoever is raiding probably has some purple augments. So recently, I finally managed to complete my OEM and RPM grind. So as you can see, I have 4 shield augments here. So let's see how I got it. So first of all, in order to get OEMs and RPMs, you need to perform some activities for OEM, which I should have in my inventory. Let's just filter. So the OEM 37 material drops in master mode operation, in nightmare mode operations, but there is also another way to obtain them. The other one is RPM. So here you can see it is sold on the Galactic Trade Network. RPMs can only be found in ranked war zones, so you need to do some ranked PvP to get RPMs. There is a third way to obtain OEMs and RPMs, which has been recently introduced in a recent update, and it facilitated tremendously obtaining OEMs and RPMs. So how do we get it? You basically should see on your screen now. I will overlay me getting an RPM from the secret exchange box for 10,000 tech fragments. So if you don't have anything better to do with your tech fragments, even if you don't want golden augments, it's always worth it to get OEMs and especially RPMs. They're a bit more expensive, and then you can just sell them. It's easy, 40 million for you, so I don't really see a reason why you wouldn't do that. So, having obtained 7 OEMs and 14 RPMs, you are now eligible to craft the CM material, which is a combined material of the two. And this is the core material for crafting the golden augments. So I will overlay the video of me crafting a CM material over this part. Basically, some people would say that why do we need an extra material for crafting the golden augments? Does it really make sense? But my response is the more steps you have in crafting something, the more chances to crit you will get. And as you can see in the video, I actually managed to crit on the CM craft because I'm very skillful, you know. That's why I managed to crit with a level 6 companion. And why did I use a level 6 companion? Because CM can only be crafted with a certain skill, which is cybertech in this case. So, and I only had one tool that can do cybertech. So after you obtain the CM, you can finally proceed to craft the golden augments themselves. And as you can see in the video, I actually managed to crit on the golden augment as well. So from one set of OEMs and RPMs, which is required for crafting the CM material, I actually obtained 4 golden augments, and it's a tremendous return on investment because the combined the combined cost of all the OEMs and RPMs would be approximately 800 million, and the cost of 4 shield augments at the moment is 2.5 billion on the market, but I think I could wait and sell it even for an even higher price, so it would be approximately around 3 billion. So being able to crit on your craft is amazing, and if you are planning to do that to earn money, make sure that you have all your crit chance maximized, your companion at level 50, maybe even reroll some amplifiers to get some additional success chance, because if you crit, you basically become extremely rich. So why not do that if you have an option? So this is how you craft the augments. Now let's quickly look at the stats and see what it gives us. So now let's look at the 2 augments and compare them side by side. I will overlay the stats on the screen so that you can look at this side. So here we have 2 shield augments. The purple 74 augment is on the right hand side, and it gives us 144 endurance, 108 shield rating, and 144 power. The golden augment 77 at the same time gives us 130 tertiary stat, shield rating in this case, and 171 endurance and power. So the difference is pretty significant on the first ones, but again, remember, if you're not doing Daxon, if you're doing any other operation rather than Daxon, you will probably not feel the difference that much. It's always nice to have some extra shield or extra crit, let's say, if you are a DPS and you are going for critical augments. But in Daxon, though, this extra endurance, extra power will be extremely nice. So, in my honest opinion, it's not the best investment you can make, because if you are not planning to do Nim Daxon, hard mode Daxon can be done with purple augments. It's not that hard, but for Nim Daxon, you might need some golden augments. It will make your life much easier, and the extra health, even on a DPS, getting extra health from endurance will make the healer's life much easier. So it might actually make sense. I just decided to get myself some golden augments. I was planning to get only 1, but here, because I'm a very skilled player and managed to crit 3 times out of 3, so I have 4 golden augments now. It's just nice to have. I will probably put them on the relics and implants so that I can pass it around to some of my toons, so that in a sense all my tanks will benefit from these golden augments. But in general, it's not really that dramatic of a change, of an increase to your statistics, unless you're doing Nimdaxon again. So just to show you some calculations, recently I tried to see what happens if we replace all 74 augments with all 77 augments. So as you can see, we will only get 300 extra tertiary stat and 300 extra power and endurance. So is it much? It isn't that much, but having some extra crit will obviously make you crit more often, which is actually very useful, and it might boost your DPS significantly. And if you are parsing on a level 75 dummy, which is what most people usually do, keep in mind that not only you get 378 power, which boosts your damage, and 308 crit, which boosts your damage, but you also have to look at the product of these two, because you will also crit more with more damage from power. So there are not only these two effects, but there is a third effect which comes from multiplying these two parameters. Is that significant? I would say no, but is it nice to have this extra boost? I would say yes. So if you are like me, doing some nightmare operations and accumulating OEMs at some slow rate, because for me it took, I think, a couple months to get these OEMs. And if you are spending the tech fragments on RPMs or also OEMs if you need some, then it could really make sense to try crafting some golden augments for yourself, but don't expect that you will suddenly deal much more damage or survive much better. It is just nice to have, but not really a game changer. So it's up to you whether you want to spend this huge money, like 800 million approximately per augment, or you want to turn these resources to something else. So that's it for the video about the golden augments. Thanks for watching, and I will show you a very, very short teaser for my next upcoming big project. So thanks, and see you all later. Bye-bye. My only question is, where's Ven? The one with the Venom.